Hello my boys, good morning. This is a full guide on ritual in Path of Exile 2. So I prepared here a tab, Ritual Guide Path of Exile 2, and we will talk about everything that you need to know about this mechanic. We will talk about the loot that you can get, we will talk about how to get more tribute in your maps, we will talk about the King of the Mist skip and all that good stuff. First of all, you need to understand that ritual is a jackpot farming content. So you can do 20 rituals without getting anything, or you can do 5 maps and you get more than 20 divine orbs. So this is a key thing that you need to understand. Ritual, both in Path of Exile 1 and in Path of Exile 2, it's a jackpot farming content. So here we're aiming for jackpot items. It will not give you steady profit per hour. Keep that in mind. My boys, let's start with the loot. Let's see what we can get out of this farm. There are 2 major ways of farming rituals. You can do rituals inside your maps, which will grant you a lot of moments, raw currency, will grant you audience with the king invites, you will drop ritual tablets and some items that can have value. Yeah, we will talk about everything. Or you can do the King of the Mist boss. You will run the audience with the king invite and this will open the arena for the King of the Mist. Let's take a closer look at the loot that we can get from ritual inside our maps. We will get a lot of omens. Some of these omens can be expensive, of crazy expensive. So the purple omens that you can get from this farm are very expensive. This is an example that I found, Omen of Whittling. It's worth a lot. But there are more to it, I will put them now on the screen.
Good game, it's gonna be a good game. Good game, it's gonna be a good game. Sucky, sucky.
You can also find the audience with the king invite that opens that boss fight. Yeah, you can sell to other players or run it yourself. You will want to run it yourself for multiple reasons that we will talk in this video. You also will find the ritual tablets that you can use yourself to sustain or you can sell to other players. You can also find the raw currency like divine orbs, and if you're really lucky, from time to time you can even find a Mirror of Kalandra. Don't expect to get one, but I've seen multiple screenshots with people getting Mirrors of Kalandra in Path of Exile 2. So Mirror of Kalandra, it's an actual reward that can appear with a very low chance. Persistence will be rewarded. Also you will find items from time to time, both magic and rares. This is a good example that I found. It has maximum life rarity, some resistance inside attributes. It's a good helmet you can find, so you should also check the rares that you get. I need to explain that most of these omens are related to crafting, except 3 of them that affect your character. As a matter of fact, I have one active here that will prevent experience loss. So you know, if you die, especially if you're trying to aim for high levels, you will lose experience. Here this will prevent some of that experience loss, 75%, so you lose less experience. It's good. This will recover fully your flask and charms when you're low life, and this will fully recover your life, mana and energy shield. These are player related, all the other colors are crafting related. In addition to these things here, you can also find uncut skill gems, you can also find unique items and waystones. Yeah. But these are the most important that I highlighted here because these are the big money makers that you will find. My boys, now let's take a closer look at the loot that we can get from the King of the Mist fight. You access that fight by using an audience with the king and you open it. Now, the biggest money makers will be this belt here and these jewels. Yeah? The rest are cheap. So if you get the boots, the body armor or the stuff, don't worry, these are cheap. Now the belt depends, the price fluctuates, but usually it's more than 15 divine orbs. If you find it, you'll have a good time. If you're poor, I suggest that you sell it unidentified, especially for these jewels here. From Nothing Diamonds, these can be crazy expensive or they can be junk that are worth few exalted orbs. These are 2 examples. So these jewels can have a keystone from the passive tree at random. Depending on that keystone, it will be more expensive. What I suggest to do if you find this jewel, it's to sell it unidentified. So if you go on the trade website and you will list it unidentified, you can get at the moment 30 divine orbs. Okay, let's see how we can get started. So you want to get started with ritual and you have no idea what to do. So you will go on the trade website, Path of Exile 2 trade website, and you will write ritual, and you will take this one, ritual precursor tablet. Yeah, this will add the ritual mechanic to your maps. And here it's a trick that I like to do for all these tablets. Yeah, keep in mind, if it's too cheap, these are price fixers. Usually these tablets are much more expensive, but usually you want to buy ones that have more maps in range, so you get more value for what you pay. Try to avoid 5 of 6, search it like this. My boys, after you got your ritual tablet, you will open the map device, you will find an empty tower and you will put it there. And you will click influence. And you will notice that the areas will get the ritual icon. When you will do this map, you'll have the ritual encounter inside. Ritual here, because you see the icon. It's very simple. So my boy, inside your maps you'll find 3 or 4 arenas guarded by monsters. You will want to kill all those monsters before interacting with the ritual mechanic. And after I killed all the monsters, I will start the ritual mechanic by clicking that thing in the middle. Yeah, and this will start the mechanic. Basically, it will resummon all those monsters that I killed previously, which generates a new resource called tribute. We will spend tribute in order to allocate prizes. So after you killed all the monsters, you can check the prizes that have been unlocked. Yeah, as you can see, some of them are still hidden. In order to be able to see all the possible rewards, you will want to do at least 3 ritual altars. So here I'm doing the second one. Again, I'm clearing all the monsters, and you need to kill them inside the ritual arena. Keep in mind that only monsters that naturally spawned in the arena will generate tribute. If you kill monsters that were not previously in that arena space, they will not contribute towards tribute increases. For example, if you try to kite monsters inside the arena forcefully that were not previously there, they will not generate tribute once you start the encounter. Yeah? So only that monsters that were there initially. Once you clear the third ritual, you can check all the possible rewards. Now they will appear. You click here on the panel and you check what you got. You see if you found something expensive. You can even check the rare items. If you don't like what you have, you can reroll. You have a button at the top. So this button will reroll and new rewards will appear. With Ritual Atlas nodes, you can actually reroll one additional time. So here I will click the button once more for rewards. And I'm looking if I found something expensive, which I did. I found an Omen of Corruption, which is worth more than 150 Exalted Orbs at the moment. Yeah, so it's a good find. Area level of your map matters. If you want to find the most expensive rewards, you need to do maps with area level above 80. There are some tricks that you can do in order to get that area level, which we will talk in this video. Sometimes you'll not be able to collect your reward. For example, I cannot take this helmet because I don't have enough tribute. But you have at the bottom a button that you can press, says defer item. Once you defer an item, it will appear in your next maps. Not only that, but it will also lower the cost of the item. So it will appear in my next maps at a lower cost, and I can take it. Sometimes you will not be able to defer an item due to insufficient tribute. Keep that in mind. Okay, my boys, you need to understand that inside your maps you'll find multiple ritual variations. So we can find the contaminated ritual, infested, sapping, smothered, and tainted. So there are 5 variations that you can encounter inside your maps. What we care here is about the damage type. If your character has low physical damage reduction, it can have serious problems with the contaminated and infested rituals. For example, this one will create a tornado of rats that will follow the player, dealing physical damage. So if you don't have enough physical damage mitigation, it will hurt. Especially if you're a spellcaster, you'll want to move around. Or this one that will create blood waves in the arena, dealing heavy physical damage. Waves of blood. Pretty much the same. They deal physical damage, so you need to remember the damage type. The ritual of sapping will lower your elemental resistances and will enhance the monster elemental resistances. So will make you more vulnerable to elemental attacks, fire, cold, and lightning. Smothered and tainted will be chaos related. So if you don't have enough chaos resistance here, your chaos resistance will be negative or low, it will hurt. This will create purple volatile orbs that will follow you and will explode, dealing chaos damage. Here this one will create purple bubbles on the ground that will explode, again near the players, dealing heavy chaos damage. So it's important to remember the damage type. Now my boys, let's see how we can use this mechanic so that it becomes more rewarding. First of all, when you apply a tablet, make sure that you always put transmutation and augmentation here so that it gets extra modifiers. So here are all the ritual precursor tablet modifiers that you can get, but keep in mind these tablets tend to be expensive, so whatever you get you will stick with that unless you're rich. From time to time you will get this modifier here that says ritual altars in your maps allow rerolling favors one additional time. This one you can sell to other players because it sells for multiple divine orbs. So remember to check for this modifier. If you get it, you'll be rich. In order to make these maps that we run more rewarding, we are interested in pack size. For example, look here. We have this modifier here, increase pack size. This will help with rituals. We have this modifier, increase magic pack size. This will help with rituals. Even here, increase magic pack size. So whatever increases monster density, it will help with rituals. As a matter of fact, you don't need to worry about the waystones to have these modifiers. It's ideal if you get them, but if you don't get them, it's still fine, because you can just use this one, this style guild. That will increase the pack size. So you'll just apply this emotion. This is from the Delirium content. You can even buy them from the auction house. It's easy. You will take it and you will apply on your waystones. For example, let's take an example. I have this here. It's ideal because also has increased magic monster, increased number of rare monsters, so we have more monsters inside. You will right click it, you'll have this panel, you put the map here and you will put the emotions. And now it says 24% increased pack size and you will instill. All your maps should be instilled with the Distal Guild, so you will generate more tribute. It will help. Not only that, by being delirious, players in area are 27% delirious, you will drop splinters, so you will also generate steady currency from the splinters that you will sell. Another thing which is very important for the loot that you can get is the area level of your maps. You want high area levels. I need to stress that Audience with the King can spawn in maps with area level 75 plus. Omen of Whittling can spawn in area levels 75 plus. Omen of Greater Annulment can spawn in area level 75 plus. So these ones you can even find them in this one, Waystone 15. But for the other purple omens which are very expensive, you want higher area level. And now I'll show you how you can force trigger that. Very sexy, very nice. So in that last skill tree we have here at the top 2 nodes regarding bossing. This will make that maps that have a boss will be irradiated. That will bump up the area level by 1. And you also have this one here, 30% chance that the map will contain corruption. Corruption will also bump up the area level by 1. If you have ritual on a map with a map boss, this will guarantee via those nodes that the area level will be above 80 if you place a Waystone 15. It's important. If you have tower space on the Atlas, you can also put these tablets that give you more bosses on the maps. This will guarantee that you have a higher area level. Or you can use the irradiation tablet that will give you irradiation, bumping the area level plus 1. So when you're gonna put a Waystone 15, it will guarantee that you have area level 80. And lastly, my boys, we need to talk about the ritual Atlas nodes, which are very important in making this farm profitable. If you don't have them, it will be harder to generate currency here, especially because this is a jackpot farm. So here is the order in which you should unlock them, and I will explain what they do. In order to generate real currency, your first priority should be taking this node here. This will make it that the audience with the King invite has more chances to appear. And that invite is multiple divine orbs. And you will go like this. So your first node will be this one. You will have more chances of finding omens, and some of the omens can be crazy expensive, the purple ones. And then you'll go like this. This will make it more likely that you'll find an audience with the King invite. And you'll allocate. Then you'll want to take this node here that will allow you to reroll 3 times. And you will take it. It increases your chances of finding the audience with the King invite or the expensive omens. These are the most important nodes for this farm. These are essential into making ritual much more profitable. And for the last nodes you have flexibility. I personally like to go with this one that will guarantee that all the maps will contain 4 ritual altars. This is big. By default it can spawn 3 or 4 ritual altars. Having 4 ritual altars meaning that you will gain more tribute, and not only that, you're more likely to drop ritual tablets. So if you have always 4 ritual altars, you're more likely to drop ritual tablets that you can self-use to sustain or to sell to other players. That's what I like. Not only that you will get more tribute guaranteed in each map, you don't need to stay stressed, man, I will get 3 ritual altars, I will get 4. No, you always get consistently 4 ritual altars. In my opinion, this is the best node that you can take for the last. Some players like to go for this one here. This is especially useful if you find a Mirror of Calendar or an expensive purple omen, because deferring those rewards will cost a lot, and this will lower that cost by 50%. So it's useful. Now I need to explain how to get those ritual Atlas points. You will have to run an audience with the King invite. Sadly, this is expensive. Maybe they will change it in the future because a lot of casual players cannot afford to run this because it's too expensive. Usually if they find one, they will sell it for profit. Yeah, but those ritual Atlas nodes are really powerful for this farm, so you might want to do them. When you run the audience with the King invite for the very first time, you'll drop a green book. You'll use that book in order to get the ritual Atlas passives. Now this is very important. After you have used the book, you will want to allocate the points straight away. Then you will open the next one, so the next book can drop. These books have numbers, book number 1, 2, 3 and 4. In order for book number 2 to drop, you will need to allocate this one +1 level of Cracks of Nothingness difficulty. Same again, you get the book number 2, you will allocate the next points. This will guarantee that the next encounter will have difficulty +2. So book number 3 can drop. Pay close attention to this because these invites are quite expensive. And here we have the King of the Mist boss fight. What's important to understand is that this boss has 3 phases. This is the first phase. Here he will do his normal attacks and damage. On phase number 2 you'll be placed inside a maze that I will show you in a second how to navigate. And on phase number 3 he will deal more damage and he will be more angry, more upset. For phase number 2 I will show you even a skip that you can do in order to bypass that whole maze. So I will show you the regular way, which is here. You will have some wisps on these maps and they will show you the way, the direction in which you need to go. Look, they show you the direction and you need to follow those wisps. If you don't go to the wisps and you stay too long here, you will die. So you follow the wisps and they will point you the way and then you'll find the arena. And now the phase 3 starts. Compared to the rest, this boss is actually quite easy. In terms of boss mechanics, I'll try to explain some of them. One of his attacks, he will raise the staff and then will slam it to the ground. You don't want to stay near him when he does that attack. He will also create a purple ball that will deal heavy chaos damage over time. You want to dodge that thing. You'll have some jumping toads that once they get close to you, they will explode, dealing chaos damage. You'll have a tornado that follows you around, dealing physical damage. From time to time, he will put a curse on you that will require you to move at all times. If you stop, you will get immobilized. So here I was helping someone to get the book for the Atlas ritual points, and I kept the loot, of course, because it was my invite, and I got the utility belt. Now let's talk about the boss related loot. The big money maker will be the ingenuity belt and the from nothing diamond. The belt has around 30% drop chance and the diamond 4%, but it can only drop on difficulty +4. Another thing that you need to pay close attention is that the King of the Mist will always drop one random omen. Some of these omens can be those purple ones which are crazy expensive, so you can make money even from the omen that the King of the Mist can drop. Here I'm doing King of the Mist on the maximum difficulty with a friend. So the boss will have more life from the difficulty, also because we are 2 players inside, will have more life. That's why he dies hard. I want to show you a skip that you can do for phase 2, and you should do it because it's a safe play. So here, once you get into the phase 2, you will relog to character selection, and then you will relog back inside the game. And you will notice that you will skip the entire maze phase. So here I'm relogging back inside my hideout. I will teleport to my friend because I was helping him with the boss. And you'll notice once I take the portal, the entire phase 2 maze was skipped. So this is a great trick that you can do alone or with your friends. So now I'll go back inside and we start directly phase number 3. So I just did the skip. Now because this audience with the King invite is quite expensive, you might want to ask for help. If you play a weak build and you're unsure that you can do it, don't be afraid to ask for help. You can ask for help on my guild Discord server. We have a section called Boss Carry Services, and if we cannot help you right away, you can also go on another Discord server which is quite old in Path of Exile, which is called the Forbidden Trove, and you can ask for help here. There is a Path of Exile 2 services section. When we have this channel here, Boss Carry want to sell Path of Exile 2, and people here are offering their services. So in case you need help with a boss, you can whisper some of these guys. They always will post here their name and you will copy it and you paste in game. So if you want to contact some of these guys, you will just copy paste this and you ask for help in game. Now, it's much more safer to buy from this place than the in-game trading channels. So we had already a lot of people that got scammed. So try to avoid the in-game trading channels. You're way safer going on my Discord server or on TFT Discord. You'll have the links in the description of this video. But boys, before I close this video here, I want to give you some clear expectations so you know exactly what to expect out of this farm. As I said in the intro, this is a jackpot farming content. Let's see how often we can get an expensive omen or the audience with the King invite. So we have here a friend Gustavo that did some tests from Ritual. Basically this guy farms Ritual all day. Yeah? He has all the Ritual Atlas nodes and he did a list with the loot that he received. And let's see some clear expectations. So this guy created a list with each map that he ran with Ritual and noted down the maps where he got an audience with the King invite or an expensive omen. So nada here means nothing. Take a look at how many maps he ran without getting anything from this farm. So you need to put some real expectations. Here he got an audience with the King, so after 17 maps he got a Diviner, another audience with the King. You see? Amelioration is not expensive, audience with the King. So don't expect to get this one very often, yeah? Here he got a bad streak. Here he got audience with the King. Another one. Here he got them back to back. This is a purple omen, it's expensive. Then he got an audience with the King. He got the dextral omen, it's expensive. Audience with the King. Okay, audience with the King again. Audience with the King. Now you understand why the purple omens are so expensive, because you barely get them. He got audience with the King, audience with the King. Here he got 2 of them, which is crazy. Audience with the King. Okay, perfect jeweler's orb, great. Audience with the King. I will scroll down and you can see the loot for yourself because my throat started to hurt. So in this guide I've spoken so much that my throat literally hurts. It's hard for me to speak at this point. So I will just scroll and you can pause the video.
Good, good, good. Good bad boy. Good, good, good. Good bad. Good, good sucky boy. No more sucky, sucky tonight. No more sucky, sucky tomorrow. Now I know how to play. Good game, it's gonna be a good game. Good game, it's gonna be a good game. Sucky, sucky. Good game,
Well, I hope that this list will give you some clear expectations out of this farm. I need to drink some water and take a nap because I'm tired. Enjoy the rest of the day and good luck.